Hi everyone, this is Clarice. Today I thought I would show you what babies eat in Germany, and this is actually what I'm giving my baby right now. My baby will be 9 months soon, and I think what I will show you today will encompass babies up to about 10 months, and after that they will slowly start weaning and start eating more food that adults eat. So I'm showing you some baby food, and it's interesting because I thought this was quite different than what I saw in Canada. So if you're interested, keep watching. Now, most of the content of what I will show you is actually published by my Bundesland, which is Baden-Württemberg, and they've published a sort of pamphlet, and they give this to all mommies at the hospital, or the midwife gives this to you, and it has tricks and tips of what babies should be eating, and also some recipes if you wanted to make things at home. I'm kind of lazy, so I buy all the baby food, but yeah, if you're interested, I will leave a link here somewhere, and you might have to be able to read German, but I'm sure Google Translate will help you with that. So this is for Baden-Württemberg. I don't know how it is in the other Bundesländer in Germany. I imagine it's pretty similar because the products I think that you can buy at the supermarket and drugstores are, I think, pretty standard. So let's begin. Now, like most other countries, Germany recommends breastfeeding, and they don't recommend solids up until the 5th or the 6th month. Breastfeeding is encouraged up to a year, and I guess they say if you want to continue, go ahead, but most people have to go to work after a year again, so either you pump the breast milk and save it, or people start weaning their kids after 1 year from breast milk. So I'm in the lucky position that breastfeeding works for me. I had a really tough time in the first few months. I even had to go to the doctor and hospital to get stuff checked out, but yeah, I'm lucky that it works right now. But for those mothers who don't have it working, there's the standard formula. I think you can buy this all over the world. For example, this is from Nestle, and yeah, you can just feed the baby formula. So whenever you decide to start slowly weaning the baby or start introducing solids, I got actually a cheat sheet from a midwife, and they said the first 1-2 weeks you should start on a vegetable, only a vegetable, so a single vegetable, and don't change it within a couple days to wait to see how the reaction is and how the baby is taking it. Oh boy. So I don't actually have a sample jar here because I used them all up, but the typical starter vegetable here are parsnips. Carrots are also a good starter one, except my midwife said it causes constipation at the beginning, so she didn't recommend it. I've also seen, besides the normal red, orange carrot, I've seen white carrot, and that seems to be also a popular one. Other than that, I haven't really seen any other... Oh wait, there's pumpkin. There's pumpkin. So parsnips, pumpkin, or carrot. Those are the 3 main starter vegetables. So you do this for 1 to 2 weeks. This is what my midwife told me. And after this is generally accepted by the baby. I'm sorry, I have a really squirmy wormy today. She's waiting for her lunch, actually. So during the 3rd week, you would start the vegetables with a bit of potatoes mixed with it. So it would be for example, your pumpkin and potato mix, or a carrot and potato mix. For example, this. This brand is actually pretty popular here. They sell this brand in, I think, Austria, Switzerland, and Germany, and it's pretty expensive, and they say it's very organic, eco-friendly. I've seen customer tests saying it's not as healthy as it says it is, but yeah, I quite like this brand. So it's hip. And you would feed this to your baby for the 3rd week. And starting from the 4th week, you would add meat into it. This is, of course, if you are not feeding your baby a vegetarian diet. Let's see if I have a sample here. Oh, here we go. So this is a mixture with beef and potatoes, and it says vegetables here. Let's see what it is. Oh, here it says parsnips and a little bit of onions. So this happens in the 4th week, and then it would be the month. This is considering that you are slowly weaning, so it's doing this gradually bit by bit, so your boobs get adjusted to this change. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that this potato and veggie and perhaps meat combination, you should add a little bit of oil for the omega-3s and some good fats. Here they recommend rapeseed oil. I'm not sure what they recommend, or if they do this also in North America or where you are. I've definitely noticed that in Germany they focus a lot on potatoes. When I was on holiday in Canada, I couldn't find any solid just potato, just vegetable combination. It was always a mixture of like 4 or 5 different vegetables plus a fruit or something. I don't know if it's just in my city that they have like an overwhelming supply from certain companies that have this mixture. I was able to find at one Walmart a mixture that has just like, for example, sweet potatoes and turkey, like something really simple. But they still had some additional stuff in it. So I'm not sure, like, if you have any tips on how to buy like really basic baby food without like a lot of fruits and vegetables and everything added in, please tell me. So 1 month after you start this solids process, it's recommended that for the dinner time, the last meal that the baby has, that they get some sort of cereal with milk. What some people do is they add their own breast milk into the mixture. I got a recommendation that I could use some sort of already mixed milk powder and cereal mixture. Some people didn't agree with me when I shared this with them. They said, of course, formula or breast milk is best. Probably that's right, because milk powder might contain extra sugars. But this was recommended by a midwife that actually helped me deliver, so I trust her on this, and she has a lot of experience. So what she recommends is actually something like this. So it's a mixture of cereals. They have different types of cereal. For example, there's wheat, barley, millet, and yeah, you can. They have a whole bunch, or a mixture of all these cereals, and you just add a bit of water, and the milk is already inside, and then you have your evening cereal. So after a month of introducing this, plus the lunch with vegetables, they recommend to introduce an afternoon cereal with fruit. So basically it's mostly fruit, I guess, and a little bit of cereal included. So let's see. So fruit can be something like this. So in this case it's pear and apple. And you add maybe 100 grams, I think. I could be wrong. And then a few small scoops of this. It's another cereal, but this time there is no milk powder added. And yeah, you want to play with the cereal, huh? Yeah. And that forms the diet for a baby up to 10 months. So right now she's also experimenting with different solids. For example, we cut up some small vegetables like cucumbers and give it to her. Yeah, it's basically how I think my friends in Canada do it as well. But like I said, I feel like the diet here is mostly focused on potatoes and cereals. Not that much fruit. They don't recommend as much fruit here because it decays the teeth and it gets them craving more sweet stuff. So they definitely don't recommend as much fruit as I think what they sell in Canada. So another thing I noticed is that in Germany the sizes of the baby food jars seem to be much bigger than in Canada. In Canada I saw around like 140 grams was the average size of the baby jars that I did find. And actually I didn't find any jars really. They were mostly these packaged bags where you attach the spoon at the end. In Germany it's around 190 grams to 220 grams. So I'm not sure why there's a difference in that. You can buy these jars at the drugstore. I think you call it like it's called a drugstore, but they also sell like food. So I guess the equivalent would be something like London Drugs in Canada. Some drugstores have their own brand of baby food, and these are usually more cost effective. I find that the baby food jars run around from maybe 85 cents to and up, maybe around €1.20, depending on, of course, the brand and how sophisticated the food is. And also if it's organic or not. Actually, but in Germany the baby food is pretty much regulated, pretty strictly regulated, so I don't think you have to worry you don't have to worry if something is contaminated or not, because it's all been tested. So from the 8th to 10th month to 12th month onwards, the companies like to sell a bit more fancier dishes. For example, this is a vegetarian menu with noodles, carrots, broccoli, and tomatoes. I've also seen some weird combinations like some Asian specials. I don't know, it looks really doubtful. Asian specials all in the jar. There's also spaghetti bolognese and macaroni and cheese with ham. Yeah, there's all this fancy stuff, but oh my god, you guys have to see this. Look what happened. She poured the cereal everywhere. Oh no! Autumn! Anyways, there's all these fancy dishes, but I think, as you would guess with common sense, my midwife says don't buy these things. Look at the ingredients. The more ingredients there are, obviously, the more processed everything is and the less good it is for the baby. So like I said, I'm covering only up till the 10th month or so. She's starting to eat a bit of bread, and this is actually what a lot of people give their babies at the beginning. They give them bread to chew on, or pretzels, but obviously it's not as good because it contains salt, and babies shouldn't eat salt for the first year, at least the first year. I'll probably keep you guys updated and see what I will feed her later. I don't think it will be a pure German diet because we don't eat like a pure German diet here. And anyways, we are in Baden-Württemberg, and I don't know if I would give my baby Swabian food. As Swabian food is like specialty food that comes from this region. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this interesting, and I would be really interested to hear how it is in your country, how babies eat during their first year. So give me a like, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one, and she's gonna eat now. Bye!